Two things before we get started, guys. First one, I keep getting questions. Am I going to make it to the Farm Progress Show? I am not, unfortunately. I'm going to be up in Canada until almost October. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it this year, but next year, mark my words, I will be there and I will love to meet and talk with you guys. And the second thing is, before we get going on the video, be sure to hit that like button and comment if you guys have any questions. I love interacting with you guys down there, and liking is the easiest and most cheapest way to support the channel. Thank you guys. Let's get into the video and look at that new tractor we got. Well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms, and today I don't have the big mic with me. I don't have the big dead cat microphone I forgot at home, so you guys are gonna be stuck with the old system. That's why kind of why I have it as a backup. Oh man, it feels good to be back. It's August 2nd. Haven't been back on the farm in a long time, almost a month now. My Aunt Kay is back from Texas. My cousin Laura and her husband now, Ben, are getting married. They got married during COVID, but they're renewing their vows next weekend and having a lot of festivities and whatnot. So that's why a lot of people are coming back. So my aunt from Texas is home. And yeah, let's go check out what's new on the farm. There's a lot of things new. And after we do that, I might be going to Cedar Rapids, but more on that later. Let's get going. This corn is tall. Like very tall. We're well past tassel. I think our silks are turning black. I'm not sure what the term of that is, but so our silks are black, which means they are pollinated. So you can kind of see when they're still white like this, they're still waiting to be pollinated, but when they're black, that means that the tassel right here has pollinated the corn, which is good. So we're well past VT, and I think it goes into our stages now, but I'm not 100%. But anyway, our corn is 10 plus feet tall, and it's looking good. So let's go help my aunt fill up with gas. So this tank, I don't know if we've used in a very long time. This one sounds empty. Just right here. Just pull it out. A lot of times it comes.
And that turns it on?
Yep, a lot of times when you pull it out,
Oh, okay.
And there she goes. So yeah, not a lot's changed on the cattle side of things. We have this barn that's starting to fall apart. That is what it is. Try to keep this mic out of here. So cattle's doing good. We're still feeding them every single day. We got about 700 head of fat cattle right now. Here's the corn. Oh geez, 10 feet tall is a minimum. This is the outside row, and my wingspan is 9.5 feet, and we're well above that. So this corn is tall. So let's go in and pull an ear off and see what it's looking like. I hate going in corn though because it's itchy. See all these hairs? I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's hairs on here and it's itchy. Very, very itchy. So right now, I believe the plane just flew on over here. We put fungicide on this corn not too long ago. So that's nice. Fungicide's basically gonna keep the corn greener longer, which will basically mean more test weight, which means more money in our pocket. But yeah. This corn is probably 11 feet tall in spots. Probably 12 feet tall in spots, probably 11 feet tall on average. This here looks pretty decent. Looks pretty representative. I don't know about you guys, but I always hate ripping a year off because that's always just money you're losing, but at the end of the day, it's really not that much money. Every one of these silks gets connected to a kernel of corn. That's why there's a lot of hair in here. So not that thick yet, but it hasn't bulked up. So let's count. Around, it's always even. So 18 around and 38 long. So I think if you do the rough yield calc on that, it would be, if this ear was the average ear across the entire field, it'd be like 240 or so, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and hold on to this. Throw this stuff to the cows because they'll like it. That'll be gone in about a minute. And I bet the cows are like, how did he just walk through that and not die? Actually, it'll be gone right now. The first brave soul gets a majority of it. Those cows love that stuff. So the cattle, that's actually some of their feed. So when we cut silage, which is basically taking the entire plant in, that's makes up 30% of their diet. So those cows love that stuff. Let's get moving. So yeah, overall it's looking pretty good. I'd say, just by rough guess of our crops, it might not be the record year, but it's gonna be pretty close. Last year was our record year, and I don't want to count our eggs before they hatch, but it looks better than last year so far. This is new. Wow, this is very new. They dug into this hillside a little bit. The pit used to start right here. So we got another 15 feet on the end there. Dug another 20 feet or so into the hillside. So we're increasing the area of our pit quite a bit. And we got old tile in here that's all ripped up. Hi, Kibby. Hi, Kibby. Hi, Kibby. Oh, ladies, sorry. Take your time. Hi, Kibby. Did not mean to startle you guys. You guys are probably trying to rest from the heat. Let's see if I can drive up here. We used to be able to drive a tractor down through here. Now we're probably not going to be able to. We're definitely not going to be able to unless we take out this mound. So yeah, the old pit ended right here. Actually, even less than that because we were able to drive a tractor through here. So the old pit was like right here. They dug it in 20 feet this way, dug it that way 20 feet. So I don't know the full size and dimensions of what this pit's going to end up being, but it's going to be a lot. All right, let's keep moving. So this is new. We also have a new tractor on the farm. I don't know why or what that is they're doing here, so I'll find out. And then I might be, like I said, heading to Cedar Rapids to take a load of corn because apparently instead of hauling to ADM, we were able to get a 50-cent premium to go out to Cedar Rapids on a couple loads. So it's an extra hour and a half drive, or probably 2.5 hours total drive distance. But for 2.5 hours, for an extra 50 cents times 1,000, it's $500. You can pay some bills with that. That makes up for the difference. So let's get moving. Oh, I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. Trying to get out of here. It's pretty uneven and it's steep. Try not to hit anything. There, I got turned around. Now let's go back down. Here's some of our beans. These are one of our later planted beans, so they're not as tall, but they're about probably just under my hip high or so. If I would walk out though, that's about what they eyeball. I'm not going to count pods because we're still pretty early. Pods are just forming. I believe we're right at R3. Look. Oh, not even. Yeah, some of these beans are just, these nodes are just putting on pods. So yeah, with this field we definitely didn't put on any fungicide yet, but we're looking at actually putting on fungicide on our beans for the first time this year, and fungicide on 90% of our corn. Which, for those of you guys who don't know, fungicide, it's a chemical that basically you spray on the top when the plants are near the reproductive stage. So beans when they get to R3 and corn when it's at VT. And what that does is it basically prolongs the corn's life, or the plant's life. What that'll do is it'll basically keep your plant green longer, so it keeps filling up those kernels, making them bigger, thicker, and potentially putting on more. That's what it'll do for both beans and corn. So for fungicide, a lot of this corn already had fungicide put on, and the beans, and we put insecticide on with them as well, just because it's pretty cheap. And the beans haven't had their fungicide put on yet, but we believe we're going to do this field with fungicide, field down by Pat's place, and the field by Jerry's with fungicide. But we'll see. All right, let's keep moving. Looks like we got our second crop hay made, and the third crop's already returning pretty good. Here's the hay. You can kind of tell there's some thin spots of alfalfa, and this is a lot of grass. This used to be the boundary. It used to be like right here, the alfalfa, but over time, grass kind of gets blown into there, and grass overtakes the alfalfa. But for the most part, really nice looking alfalfa through here. We're starting to get a little low on feed. That's the last bag of feed that we actually have. We have a little bit in the silo as well. So we're getting a little low on our rations, but luckily we'll be able to start chopping corn here in the next 2 weeks. That bag and some other stuff will last us those 2 weeks until we can start getting silage and stuff mixed back into the rotation. But the cattle feed, overall the cattle's looking pretty good. Prices are fair right now. They're not great, but they're not horrible. And so here's the first new thing that's happened since I've been gone that I have not expected. We concreted this. So this, like I said, this is our fueling station. EPA recommends that you have any place that you fuel up to have like a basin to catch the diesel so it doesn't go anywhere. Same with the tank. Well, I was not expecting us to concrete this right here. Yeah, kind of neat. I wonder if we're doing this just for equipment storage and less mud. I don't know. I'm not sure why, but I know that's different. I'm gonna guess they're gonna cement all this at some point, but have no clue when. Nothing in the shop right now. Brian and Nathan, they're actually up at Longs right now. They're picking up the bales from second crop hay up there. Looks like we're getting down there on our corn. Oh yeah, this bin's getting down there. This bin's probably got one or two more truckloads, and this bin will be cleaned out. That bin's just about cleaned out, I believe. So we're getting down there on our corn. Our goal is we're probably gonna have all of our corn sold, marketed, and delivered by the time new corn comes around, because A, we're gonna have a lot of new corn this year. Like, we're gonna use up all of our bin space, and B, with the good prices, we might as well sell our grain. I wonder what that blue tractor is on our baler. Weird. So while I've been gone, we have done quite a bit of equipment shuffling. I got a Snapchat from Nathan a week and a half ago. Took all of our spring equipment up to our butcher's shed, brought all of our fall equipment down, so we have both of our combines down here, all of our tractors lined up. How cool is that? Magnum, Steiger. That's pretty neat. Got our chopper out. Our chopper's gonna go to Kuhnau Equipment to get ran through here shortly. We usually do the service on our chopper, but we just don't have time this year, so these guys are gonna go run through it, get the kernel processor back in, which is what you need for corn, and then they're gonna go ahead and button this all back up, go through it, make sure it looks good, and get it ready for silage harvest, because chopping season is not too far away, probably 2 weeks-ish. Sprayer's doing good. Pat had some issues with it earlier this year, but I think he got a lot of them ironed out, which is good. Got a new Holland on our manure spreader. Here's our mint 7088 and our 2588. This machine is still for sale, guys. We haven't got rid of it yet, haven't had the right price. So if you guys are interested, message me down below. I believe we're still asking $80 for it right now. It's got 3,000 engine hours, 1,800 separator hours. Great machine. We're just upgrading and moving on to bigger and better things because we need more. We need more capacity this year. Here's our Drago corn head. This thing will be on the 7088 this year. Notice how I said our Geringhoff is not going to be on this thing. Wink, wink. Guesses down below. I'm welcoming them. Then we have our 340, our old 340, our new 340. This thing's last year of its lease, so we're not sure what we're going to do with this thing next year. And our Steiger. We'll get to that little blue guy here in a bit. But first I need to pull USBs off of these tractors because I need to actually get the data off of there to upload it to the cloud so we can get the data to our phones and our devices. So let's go ahead and pull the USBs off of here. All right, so 340. Other 340. I'll grab the Steigers. Just did fall. Didn't just about fall. We'll get to it, just wait, we'll get there. People, be patient. I'll get to that tractor. We'll just wait on this thing. I'm just gonna tease you guys a little bit, mainly because I have other stuff I gotta look at. And the sprayer. So now, like I said, I'm going to take those 4 USBs, download them onto my computer. That way tonight when I get home, I'll upload them to the cloud, and that way they'll be on our FBN account, and I'll also get them to Ryan so we can get them on our Precision, our Climate Field View account. Well, I was going to do nerd stuff, but computer's dead. Not happy with that at all. Cheap battery on the thing. Well, now I got to probably go down to Rhonda's house and see if she has a USB or a computer I can email this stuff to me. This is the Bud Man. What are you doing? Alright, I won't tease you any longer. So this is a replacement for the 190 Maxim that we have. It is not a full replacement, but it's basically, like I said, we have this T7, New Holland T7 260 because our New Holland or 190 Maxim is in the shop, and we needed something to put up hay, to cut hay and to put it up. So they gave us this to demo. So thank you, Kuno. So this is a New Holland T7 260. It's got New Holland's PLM management, whatever that means. Looks like a pretty basic tractor. Doesn't have the same layout that our other New Holland has. Let's see how many hours are on it. It's got a new dash. I like the new dash. Oh gosh. It's got 23 hours on this thing. Nice. Looks like a power shift. So it looks like here's your shifter. Not sure what this button does. 3-point. Here's your hydraulic remotes. Throttle. Doesn't look like a bad tractor. Very similar interior to my dad's, just the dash is different. Dash is updated, which I'm not complaining with because that same dash has been out there for a long time. And yeah, pretty nifty tractor. Nathan, I know, loved baling with it, so that's a positive. Who knows? This thing might stick around. It might go back. Never know, but it's got 23 hours, and right now it's replacing a 6,100 hour tractor. Ooh, it's got kind of like a cloth right here on the armrest. That's not bad. Same cab though is what it looks like from my dad's. Similar size cab. It just sits up a little higher. 4 steps to get in the tractor instead of 3. It's got a full weight rack on the front. Not too shabby. I am probably gonna run down to Rhonda's right now. See if I can borrow her computer. We'll see. But first, I do gotta give some props to Calmer. So last year for our Geringhoff 12-row corn head, so we bought a half calmer kit for our Geringhoff 12-row corn head. Basically, it only had everything but the stock rows. And the deck plates were built just a little too light. And I told them about that, and they made a design change. But you can kind of tell ours were really beat up. But these, they sent us a brand new pair that's kind of got some edge guard on it, or a hard surface, and that's thicker, so it should last. So thank you, Marion and the Calmer crew. You guys, they definitely stand behind their product, that's for sure. What's up? Just tried to download the USBs, didn't work too well, so I'm gonna have to have Nathan or someone do it for me. But, because I gotta get going, because I am gonna take a load to Cedar Rapids. So let's get her moving. We just got back, Pat's just got done loading the front hopper, now we're loading the back. And I'm gonna go grab some, drop these shirts off, drop the USBs off for Nathan and Curtis, and head out. Or finish filming and head out. Load them up, let's get going. Let's get her moving. Time to head to Cedar Rapids. Mileage at 449,633. See if we can get it, take a more efficient route. Find the best route out there, I should say. A lot of construction around here. Trying to avoid as much as possible. Got mounted dirt there, and gravel. Sweet corn, regular corn. Man. So I'm about a third of the way to Cedar Rapids. This truck does not have AC, and it was cooking in here. So I rolled the window. So the windows being down are an absolute must. But we're heading to Cedar Rapids, like I mentioned before, because we got 50 cents premium per bushel to haul it out here. And typically, I'm accounting to, let's just say we're burning 25 cents in the extra drive time for me, so like my pay, and then the wear and tear on the truck and fuel. So that's 25 cents-ish. So this is another extra 25-cent profit on these 5 loads that we're getting. So 5 loads, so 5,000 times 25 cents. That's $1,250 right there in extra profit we're getting by hauling out here. So it's worth it, that's for sure. Just extra time for someone. There's a plane over here spraying, I'm assuming corn. You'll see it probably duck in right as I'm driving by. There it is. Oh, you spraying beans, buddy? Yeah, he's spraying beans. Crop dusters are so cool. Well, this is different since the last time I've been here. It's been 5, maybe 6 years since I've been here last. 5 years. And so this is 8 a.m. Cedar Rapids. Took an hour and a half to get out here as opposed to a half hour what we normally do, so it was an extra hour. And those scales are new. This is basically all big staging. So you know like Clinton, it's basically one long line for like 2 miles. Well, this one's basically a big parking lot. And then apparently you go to the inbound scales are here. So I'll go right up here, get the probe, get probed I should say, and then, not sure. Well, that was interesting. They have computers here now. So now I'll pull up and I'll get probed. So at Clinton, I read off all the info over the CB. But here, I'm gonna do it all through the computer. So that's gonna be different. Very, very different. Just got probed. I'll go scale in. So that was different, that's for sure. It's been a while since I've came through here. It's been, like I said, 5 years. All I know is I wouldn't want to have been a newbie going through this when there's 100 trucks behind you. People would be mad. Man, it's kind of a little confusing and not very counterintuitive for the first time you went there, but second time now it shouldn't be too bad. So now I'll come up here, get my weight, and then scan it. Then I'll go over there, dump it, get my weight again, scan it, and head on. You can just take my word for it, guys. 80,000 pounds, right on the nub. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Yep. Now I gotta go to 142 wet mill. So I know that one's to the east, to the north I should say. I don't even know if CDR is still on mine. There used to be 2 dump places where you would dump. 142 and CDR. Now let's go down. There's some places where you go that are really intuitive and are really easy for first time drivers. And then there's some places like this, which are not at all. Carl Dodge, thanks for answering my phone call. So I could pick your brain on how this goes. Not happy. Nah, I'm just giving him crap. Well, I made it, I think. This looks like a corn dump. I think I made it. Hopefully I can get dumped and down the road in 15 minutes. Well, that's interesting. That dump is all new. Well, that's where I'm going. into this little pit to dump, but first I gotta wait to scan. Come on, you're not occupied anymore. It says bay is not occupied. Well, I thought I'd be able to go, but I guess not. Well, I guess it lied. It didn't want me to scan. It just wants me to go in. At least that's what the guy said, so let's go dump. It's kind of a neat place to dump. Don't want to leave you guys behind. All right, let's go. Well, the biggest thing is I made it out. My grain's gone in a place where I think I should have gone. So now I just got to find the outbound scale, which I think I see it. I think it's right there. We'll head and go scale out. That's how I get paid. That way they know how much grain I dumped off. There's my ticket. Let's get out of here. 1.1 in the FM, which is good. High test weight, 60 basically. And a little low on the moisture, 13.3. It's a little drier than what we would like, but I'd rather be on the dry end than on the wet end. All right, let's get out of here. Let's roll. There's the farm. We're up on top of the hill, kind of west of Preston, a couple minutes. It's kind of neat because you're up on top of a cliff, then you drop down to like a valley to where a big glacier went through and left some really fertile soils. So yeah, Preston is dead straight ahead of us right now. Cool. Yeah, the farm's right to your right before that divide in the windshield. Nathan's out shredding grass and stuff. You can smell he's out doing it. I think he's right along the ditch here. I pulled in the wrong spot. I'm actually gonna pull back over here and so I'm out of the way. There he is. Mowing with the skid loader. Ooh, hope he doesn't get stuck. He almost did, I can tell. Just made it back. Truck's parked. Nothing's hit, nothing's broke. Got my scale ticket. So let's head back. Let's walk back. See what Nathan's doing. Whew, that was a day. But Nathan's out shredding. There he is right there in that ditch. Not a bad day. I got to see everybody. It was kind of fun. So corn is looking good. Crops are looking really good actually, guys. Hopefully it turns out to be a decent year and we can take advantage of these nice prices. But I'm gonna head home. I hope you guys enjoy this video. You guys know the rest. Take care, take it easy. Ta-ta for now, and have a good night. Bye-bye.